everybody, I'm Janet DiTrioa, new author of my new book. I'm a speaker, an empath, a psychic.
As you can see, Angel Air is here on this beautiful, beautiful day. We've got the beautiful sun, we've got the beautiful lake that's behind us, and I have a most gorgeous, beautiful guest that's next to me. Her beautiful name is Janet, and Janet is here on our show today. Thank you so much for coming on Angel Air. Thank you for being here.
I am honored, very much.
Oh, we've been long awaiting this visit
yes,
today.
Yes, we have.
So, you know, the universe always happens and puts things right in the divine timing that they're supposed to be. So to be here sitting with you today and being able to enjoy your energy is such a gift to us all.
Thank you.
Thank you. So today on Angel Air, Janet is going to discuss with us about her story. She is an author and she is such an inspiration to the spiritual community and would like to share her knowledge and wisdom with us today on how she got to where she is today and a little bit about her book and how she got motivated to write it. So now with your book, sweetheart, you know, is there any, you know, inspiration, any extra inspiration you can give those who are just starting out, like any words of wisdom that you would advise them to? Because I know sometimes when we have something that we really want to do in life and we don't really know how to get the ball rolling and how to get it started, so, you know, we can actually create the product and finish it,
yes.
you know,
yes.
and keep the motivation going. Because I know even for myself, I'm going to be working on my book too, that I know that there's going to be spurts and moments where I'm going to wake up and things are going to be channeled and it's going to flow, but then there might be weeks where, you know, there's nothing. And sometimes that's just to reflect and prepare for the next piece or the next part that's allowing itself to come in for me. So,
absolutely.
You know, I think one of the things I would mention would maybe be patience. Have patience with yourself, not
absolutely.
Judge yourself, because sometimes there's all that pressure to get it done. But one of the things I've learned is that if we allow the patience to come in, it allows us to really enjoy and savor each moment of the trip.
Oh, so, absolutely. I couldn't agree with that more. Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything that you would care to share for those who are just, you know, starting out or those that are inspiring.
Yes, yes. First and foremost, Wayne Dyer used to say, don't die with the music in you. I always say, don't die with the words in you. Don't die with the expression in you. You are here to be fully realized, and whatever it is you have to say is important. It doesn't matter what the world thinks. Right now, it matters what you think and how you feel about yourself. So in putting a book together, I would write when I had said the spirit moves you. It wasn't a continuous things, because life happens. Other things happen. And if I didn't feel moved or in that place where I could feel quiet to write, I didn't. And it was okay. It'll come together the way it's supposed to be. Everything's synchronistic. So just taking your time to pull it together is wonderful, and connecting with yourself. Maybe taking that walk in the park. Before I write chapters, sometimes I'll take a walk in the park this.
It helps.
It does. Or playing, you know, that Kenny G. I love music.
I was brought up on Kenny G as a baby.
Yes, I know, sister.
No, sorry. I loved it.
Makes
because
perfect
it was
sense.
Relaxing, you know?
And I was playing. I play it all the time. It's one way to bring me to that space. Meditation is great too, and yoga and Tai Chi and exercise. You'll find the thing that works with you, because when you do, you'll feel so enlightened. Say, oh, what am I going to do next? Now I'm going to think about procrastination. You're going to think, oh, what am I going to do next? Because I always found it so exciting to write the next chapter. Oh, what am I going to say? Of course, I had tissue box in hand as I needed to. Just cried through a box, whatever it was. But you'll do it. Trust yourself. Trust that you can do it. And have the patience and the knowledge, and honor yourself in the things you have to say. There are so many inspiring tips to help others to want to commit their words to paper in a book. But if I could think of some of the top 5 that worked for me, one of them would be is I would come to a park or a beautiful environment that helped me just feel stillness and calmness, and the words just spilled out when I got to paper. So that was one of the things I did. Another thing I did was breathing. Practicing breathing is so wonderful. It connects you with yourself. And for me, I just felt the words flow out of me from breathing. Another one is connections, being with people, having relationship. Life is all about relationship. So I would make it a point to connect with people that I loved, and maybe even new people, because that would bring new blessings in my life that I could write about. Let's see, the fourth one would probably be just to write. Don't even ask questions. It's called automatic writing. I like doing that a lot, where I just get a pen in my hand when I wake up in the morning, and whatever comes to my mind, I just write it. I don't even question it. It just flows right through. You can play with the words a little bit later on, but automatic writing is just wonderful, and it's free. You don't have to go anywhere or do anything. Just be. And probably one of the other best things I did as a fifth way is just to walk and meditate. I love walking meditations. There's certainly so many ways you could meditate, but just walking and just noticing. It could be as simple as walking in your own yard or just walking around in your house, but doing it with a sense of awareness and just looking at how does this doorknob turn. Simplistic things like that really help you to understand and learn about yourself and the world that's around you. And that gives you so many words to write things.
I know there's so many listeners and viewers that are out there listening right now that would love to know more about you and what you do, Janet. So I'm going to go ahead and hand the floor over to you and let us in on your beautiful life and how you became here today. Tell us the story.
Where do I begin? As a little girl, I was very shy. I didn't have many friends, and that led me on a journey to find out who and what I believed in about myself. And along that way, there were lots of peaks and valleys and a lot of different tests, I think I'm going to call them, that helped me realize that who I thought I was really wasn't true at all.
Ooh.
And my parents and all the wonderful angelic beings that came into my existence at that time gave me the best as what they thought to be true. And as a little child, you go, okay, that sounds right. I think I'll do that. Okay, Mom, I love you. And they totally loved me, and so did everybody else. People have different ways of showing love. Mm-hmm. And depending where we are in life, the way that we kind of believe that and understand that really embodies who we think we are. Mm-hmm. And how we live on our journey. Mm-hmm. So after getting through school, and I'm going to speed this just a little bit because there's so much I could say, but
Sure.
Being quite a miserable young child and young adolescent and even young teenager, I kept having wonderful experiences at that time, teaching me to look at things differently, but I wasn't ready. Sometimes we're not ready.
No, that's true.
Many times, as we hear, history repeats itself. Oh, is that true? So history had to repeat itself many times in ways that were nice and ways that at that time didn't feel so nice. I remember doing a tremendous amount of crying. And I think crying is really a great way of healing. I didn't realize it back then, but you do what you feel guided to do at the time, so that's what I did. And after getting through school and getting early married and having children young and living the life, the paradise that I think that we all believe we live on some level, we go through the motions. It's like being on just quick, everything happens. Get the cars, get the kids, get married, make the money, get the job, go home, buy the house. There's just so many things that we do that are necessary to do, certainly to live in life, but we do it so quickly that we lose sight of that quiet time with ourselves. I wasn't able to be quiet with myself for so long.
Wow.
I didn't know how.
Yes.
No one ever showed me. I don't know that anybody really shows you how to be still with yourself. Mm-hmm. It's something you learn, hopefully, on your path. Mm-hmm. So when enough things happen, there's a turning point. And that was the turning point at age 46. I'm now 55, happily.
Fabulous.
I am a 55 young goddess.
Yes, you are. Amen.
And I believe it finally. Anyway, so at age 46, a culmination of all of my life to that point came crashing in my sleep, actually, a couple of times. And I talk a little bit about this in my new book, My Eyes Are Open, where I just was very unsettled, very upset, waking up in the middle of the night, almost like someone saying, wake up, wake up. And I thought, but I am already awake. What's this about? Oh, I must be sick. So I go down the typical path of saying, maybe I should see the doctor. You know, the things that we typically think feel right.
Yes.
So I went to the doctor and said, clean bill of health, everything is fine. And I went down a couple of other paths, and I kept getting no answers. Then I went back into my typical routine, go to work, get the kids, you know, make money, pay the job, whatever it is you need to do to make you manage in life. And these experiences happened about 3 times. Finally, on the last one, I was soaked, I was sweating, and I realized, okay, this is something I really need to visit. So I just stepped away from the bed and I just sat quietly with myself, which, by the way, I didn't do my whole life. So this was really stepping out of the box for me. So I sat quietly, and a voice came to me and said, "You're miserable. You can't keep living your life this way." So it's okay. I came to a point that I needed to visit. Why was I miserable? I had a nice family, beautiful children, nice family. Everything seemed so right to me, but something inside was really wrong. So I went on this ravenous journey. I felt that if you're thirsty, you drink. If you're hungry, you eat.
Well, I like that.
Well, it's in the book. I just knew that I had to find answers. And I knew there was more to life. I didn't exactly know where and why or even how I was going to get started. I just followed my heart. Just followed my heart. So I went from website to website, online to online. I even traveled, a girl who didn't like traveling alone, mind you. I got on planes to see gurus talk about peace and loving yourself and finances, and I did whatever it took to find my answers that would settle and feel peaceful inside of me. I didn't have the money. I found a way. I found a way.
Oh, God bless.
So I did what I needed to do, and finally I felt like things were clearing away. I would say you almost have to fall apart, or everything needs to collapse. And sometimes that might be difficult to listen to, but it's just so important, because then you get the chance and you get the ability to put things back together the way you want, the way that resonates with you and nobody else. And when you're on that path, oh my God, it just feels so much happier. I'm reading one of my chapters from my new book, My Eyes Are Open. It's called Tears on My Pillow, Much Wisdom in My Heart. I cried myself to sleep so many times, I've lost count. Although I'm usually very upbeat, joyful, positive person, there are occasions when the little girl that resides in me cried for someone to look, to understand, and accept her for who she really was. She wanted someone to take care of her. She wanted someone to love her and treat her with a sense of grace and utmost dignity. It's hard to explain all the underlying reasons for this, but I can tell you, it was emotionally painful for a long time. Why did I think so little of myself? Where on the path did I pick up these lies? And why the heck did I believe them for so long? There's no one to blame, just awareness. I now understand the real answer lies in how I look and feel about myself. What do you see when you look in the mirror every day? When I love, respect, validate, honor, take care of me, those inner feelings and negativities really disappear. They slowly melt away like ice on a hot summer day. If I see myself as fat, then the world sees me as fat. When I berate and criticize myself, the world will do the same. Do you berate yourself? Do you ever call yourself names like stupid or clumsy? That sabotages the very fabric of who you are. It's a terrible way to view one of God's most precious gifts. Every time you belittle yourself, you tear away that little child inside of you, and you damage your self-esteem and confidence piece by piece. Unfortunately, I was the queen of doing that for a long time. Do you know how absolutely beautiful, delicate, and magnificent you are, just the way you are? You're fragile, yet so powerful, it would just amaze you. You can move mountains if you really wanted to, and I did. Love yourself just the way you are. Whatever you feel about yourself or anyone else just comes out to vibrational patterns that keep your body in balance or in disharmony. There's a wealth of information out there on the topic, so if you desire to take the time, and you're worth it, and the effort to understand the science and psychology behind vibrational patterns, you will free yourself and liberate yourself the best that you can, and you deserve that. I know you do.
Thank you, my love, so much for being on Angel Air today and allowing us to come into your heart and your soul and your
Thank
spirit
you.
and into your eyes of the window of the soul and sharing with us all of your knowledge, all of your wisdom, all of your hope for others and also for yourself and the healing that took place during your journey and all the beauty that has unfolded and will continue to unfold for you.
It's exciting.
So thank you so much for being with us today,
Thank you
sweetheart.
for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, thank you all for tuning in to Angel Air. May you be beautiful, may you be blessed, and may you be joyous. Thank you. Blessings.